Hello guys, welcome back to Data Forge by Piyush. In our last video, we have covered the basics of data frame and how to create a data frame using PySpark code. So this is the columns and data we have seen. So we can use this data and create one data frame using this command. We have displayed this and we got our required data frame here. But now the question comes, this time you had only 3 rows and 3 columns. You had a limited amount of data. But what if you are having multiple rows and multiple columns? Suppose you are having 10 columns and 100 of rows in your dataset. Then is it possible to write all of your 100 rows with 10 columns here? No, never. So for that, we have another approach to create a data frame for that dataset. So we will learn that approach today. Let's go ahead. You can see I have created one CSV with the same data set, 3 column and 3 rows, what we have discussed yesterday. Yes, so this is the approach for your multiple columns and multiple rows data set. You can see here I am just using as of now 3 columns and 3 rows. But you can have as many as columns and as many as rows in this sheet or in this file. So that is bit easy, right? So keeping your all of data here, all of columns and rows as much as you want, you can keep it here. And creating data frame using that data set is kind easy thing. So we will understand that approach today, how to create a data frame using CSV file. Suppose I am having this CSV file with us. Now we need to upload this dataset into Databricks. You can load this data from these options. You can click on this new, add or upload data. Upload files to a volume. You can upload any type of file or any number of files into this volume. Browse. I'm not browsing it as of now because I have multiple files in my folders. So you can do it from here. You just need to click on your file and click on upload. It will be uploaded in your desired volume. So that desired volume, I have already uploaded that file and that is loaded under this catalog, workspace and schema is default and volume. So you can see I already have uploaded that file and that is loaded under this location. So workspace is the catalog while default is the schema or database, and this is my file, first volume. You can review your file from here as well. So this is the file I have uploaded. So let's use this file and create the data frame. So go to your workspace, your first notebook, and start. So this is the code for your manually data and column writing into this Databricks notebook and creating the data frame. Now I'm going to write the code using the CSV file for the same data set. I will start writing my code from here, df underscore CSV. Why? Because we are now creating the data frame using CSV. So this is the nomenclature I am trying to give. Now spark dot read dot CSV, and here you need to give your file path. I already have copied the file path from the same location I was showing you earlier and I pasted it here. So this is my file first code for CSV file path. So my file exists here. I will put it star here. Why? Because as many as files available at these locations, they will be read through this code, and you will be able to see all of those files under this data frame. So this is the CSV keyword what you have to give while you are writing specifically CSV files. If your file is Parquet, then you need to give this parquet. If your file is JSON, then you need to give the JSON keyword here. But as of now, I'm reading it as a CSV file. So I am just giving it here CSV. Let's see. Will it really work? Spark.read.csv, and I have given the path. Meanwhile, this is giving us, yeah, this is succeeded, and I will just try to display the same data frame. See, here you can see we have this data frame is created, and this looks like this. Why? While ID, name and email was our header, so how this underscore C0, C1, C2 came? So the file we provided was in a format of like first row, it was in this format, right? See this, we have given everything, ID, name, email, and this all of this row, if you see, they looks like the same. So that is why Spark is not able to parse if it contains actually any of this header or column names as well, because you see all of these values are separated by comma and looks like a unique row. That is why Spark has considered all of this 4 row as your actual data set instead of this your first row as a header. So what we are going to do is we are going to explicitly define our dataset contains header as well. So what you need to write here, dot option header is true dot CSV. Let's see now the result. Great. So you can see now Spark has clearly identified that your first row is the header, ID, name and email, which are separated by comma. Now Spark has understood that your first row, ID, name and email are the headers, and it has displayed them as a header and rest of the 3 rows as your actual data set. So this is what exactly you have to write the code and what you have to define it. Sometime as of now I have written everything in the comma separated file. That is why it is automatically parsing this data set and displaying every value as a separate entity. But what if I am just separating this entries or rows with the help of semicolon or with the help of any other separator or delimiter? Then I need to define that as well. Comma is the by default separator for the Spark, which it consumes, like if you are reading this CSV, that is comma separated. That is why it supported that, and it did not require that you need to mention that as well. But option, but if in other case of separator, either it's a semicolon or your brag or any other thing, you need to define it. How? See, separator comma. As of now I have comma, I have given it as a comma. Let's see if it works. Yeah, this is work, and this is giving us the correct result as well. What if in place of separator I define it as a dot, full stop? Then what the results it will give? See, it was not able to infer the schema. It understood that ID, name and email all are a single column. So 101 Alexa this at the rate email. See, we had dot here, dot com, right? So it understood by with the name of dot. It is separated like this, all entity is same, while com is a different entity, but it has not bring it here. Why? Because in the header we did not had any dot new column name, right? So it has basically dropped that this value com. It has dropped that. This is your actual data set, right? .com value has been dropped by the Spark because it thought only you need to bring one column. First column you have defined. So second column, which is separated by a full stop or dot, it has omitted it. It has not bring that into picture. So this is how you can read any of the file, either it's a 10 rows, 100,000 or any of this data size 1 GB, 2 GB or multiple GBs. You can upload into your volume and you can read it through this code and use that as a data frame. So this is so let's see few more operations upon this data frames. So let me just correct it and give it as a comma. And this execute. See, you can see it now. It is the correct format, 3 column 3 rows. Now you can display a schema of this data frame using this command, df dot print schema. And this is not the df, this is df CSV for us. You can see it has given us, we haven't defined the schema explicitly or anywhere specifically, so it has considered all the columns are string and they can contain nullable values as well. In our upcoming videos we will learn to define the schema as well into this Spark data frame. So we can put this nullable as false, so only that contains not null values and some another kind of this data types we will learn in our upcoming sessions. So this is how it looks, the schema of this data frames currently. All of these columns has been considered as a string and nullable, they can contain null values. You can take count of this, how many as of now we can see there are only 3 rows, but suppose if it is a 1 GB or 2 GB file, then you need to know how many rows does it actually contain. So you can take a count. See, it has given as 3. You can count the rows of your data set of your data frame using this command, df underscore csv dot count. So you will get 3. If it's 1,000, 10,000 or in lakhs, you will get that million of rows or that number of rows it will actually throw. You can take the count of your data set of your CSV or your Parquet file using this command. There is another command, df.show, to display your data set. We will use that, how it works. So it shows df is not executed for today, right? So it is not able to identify what df you are talking. So this is df underscore csv. See, so df dot shows result look like this, while display df results look like this. So what is the difference between display and show? So display basically does not restrict the number of rows and your column size. Like if there are only, it follows the Databricks standard, number of rows are 10,000, so it will only give you maximum 10,000 rows from the Databricks. And show has a limitations, or by default it follows number of rows as 20 and number of character in each column should be 20 or less than that. So as of now you can see number of rows are less than 20 and number of characters in each row are also less than 20. That is why you are able to see all of these values correctly. But if a column contains more than 20 characters word, if it's a to z dot at email.com, then only till a to 20th position letter it will come, and number of rows also it will only also give you 20. So this is the difference between show and display. Show is basically used to do the analysis on limited amount of rows, while display is used to get your entire data set. So display by default gives you more than 10, maximum 10,000 rows, while show gives you by default 20 rows and 20 words truncated in each column. So this is the main difference between show and display. So you can see I have executed this command where n equal to 1. So I just want to do the analysis on first row of this data frame. I have executed this row command. So I only got this first row. If I execute n equal to 3, I will get first 3. So this is how you can use this show and display command.